And finally today, we wanted to check in with the U.S. Census one last time to see how things are going and when the 2020 census will officially wrap up. Joining us is Marilyn Stephens, Assistant Regional Census Manager with the U.S. Census Bureau. It's good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you too.
You are in the home stretch right now.
Yes, we are. This is really crunch time.
Yes. So when do you think the census is expected to wrap up their duties?
Well, we're scheduled to complete all field operations on September 30th. So just a few weeks away. It's closer than we think.
It really is. And we were looking at the numbers. Can you talk about how many people have participated and how many more need to be answering their doors or going online or calling or mailing in their information?
Well, you know, we publish every day the public number to show how many that have self-responded. But what we don't show is the number that have responded with the enumerator when we come to the door, because we must get to 100%. So when you look at places like Dorchester that had the third highest response rate in the state and higher than the national average, that means that our percent of follow-up was smaller. And, you know, and in the field, people are being very cooperative. They understand they've had multiple priorities. They really mean to complete their forms, but they haven't done so. So right now we're urging them to do one of three things. Cooperate with the enumerator that comes to your door. Respond online at my2020census.gov, or respond by phone with a representative at 844-330-2020. Anytime from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a good number. It's very easy too. So when someone knocks on your door to ask you a few questions, these aren't questions that you don't know the answer to. It's just all about you. It's very simple and quick. About how long is each visit?
So if you know everyone's name in the household and you have it spelled correctly and you have their birth dates handy, which most people do, then the interview can be very short, 15 minutes at the most. And people enjoy being part of the civic ceremony. And we do conduct the interviews outside. Our staff is not allowed to enter the home.
No, and you all wear masks, you maintain social distancing, so there is no risk to anybody's health by someone answering the door to answer questions. But do you think that there's any chance that this census can go through October, that we might not see things wrapped up by the end of September?
Well, so far, our instructions wrap up by September 30th, and until that changes, that's what we're working toward.
Okay, and just finally, can you tell people why it's so important for them to answer their census, to fill it out and send it in?
The census is about two things: representation and resources. And in order to get the resources, you need the representation. So every state gets a once a decade reset to determine how many seats in Congress it gets, and every state wants all of them. But it doesn't work that way. The more population, the more your chances of getting more seats. And then that's going to make sure that pipeline is wide. The pipeline of resources is $675 billion with a B. And here we are in the middle of hurricane season and a pandemic and back to school. So resources for infrastructure, emergency preparedness, emergency management, and emergency recovery, healthcare, education, senior services, social services, including unemployment benefits, veteran services, more than 140 programs.
Wow.
That are, I'll say, statistically dependent. These numbers mean something. So to ensure,
to participate.
Answer the door. What you need. Yes.
Yeah, answer the door. And one last thing, if you can just tell people how they can recognize an actual bona fide census taker if they're a little bit leery of opening their door to strangers.
Yes, absolutely. We've contacted all the police departments to look out for our staff. They will have a photo ID with a hologram on it that's issued by the Census Bureau, the Department of Commerce. They will have a black bag that's very distinctive with a white patch with United States Census Bureau embossed in blue. They will leave a notice of visit card at your door, and they must have on a mask, and they must conduct the interview outside of your home.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
And thank you for always being a great 2020 census partner. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you are doing an enormous job out there, so we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're back in 2 minutes.